What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about this Canon R50. Now the biggest question and the title of this video is this the best entry-level mirrorless camera on the market right now? Right here we have the R50 with the 50mm f1.8 RF mount. This entire setup costs about $850. I believe it's $650 for the camera body and then $200 for the lens. I'll put the prices up on the video. Now today's video is being recorded on the Canon EOS RP. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on this video, and follow up my social media, louis.films on Instagram and TikTok. If you're a beginner, the first thing you need to know about this camera is it's got what we call a crop sensor. Basically, a normal camera has a full frame sensor that captures all of the image. This one, however, has a smaller square inside of it. Essentially, this camera gives a 1.6 times crop, making a 50mm lens an 80mm lens. What makes this camera so popular is how easy the menu is and how affordable it is. Just holding this camera, it is tiny, so you can easily slip this in a small bag or like a coat pocket or something. However, it's kind of weird if you have a huge lens. Like I shot a basketball game with this and I had this huge 70-200 on here and it was just like weighing it down and it was super unbalanced. So I would recommend getting a $40 cage for this from Small Rig. You can go on Amazon, just pick up a cage just to make that balance a little bit better. But despite being so small, it still has all the buttons and dials you'll need to make this easy to use. And if you're a vlogger, you can easily just put this thing on a little tripod, flip out the screen, and boom, super lightweight, perfect for any situation. And if you're not a professional with a computer or anything, you can literally just take this camera, download the Canon app on your phone, and just wirelessly transfer all of your photos straight to your camera roll. And it has a built-in EVF with a pop-up flash. Now you can buy this lens with the kit lens right here, but I recommend staying away from these kit lenses. They're complete garbage. For just a little bit more, you can get a really nice lens that is perfect for starting out. I started on this lens for my first 3 months of photography and it taught me so much. Some things I dislike about this camera is the HDMI and the USB port right here is on the right side, right where your grip is. Here's what it looks like trying to use the external monitor on this thing. My grip is right here and I kind of have to put this in the middle. It's just horrible and uncomfortable. It's almost unusable. There's a spot on the left side for a microphone, but there's not a spot for a headphone jack. But with the price of this camera, I'm not really complaining. Now the battery on this camera is pretty small. It'll last about an hour and 30 minutes in my testing. So for a full day of shooting, you're gonna wanna get at least 5 to 6 batteries, if not more. Now you can install a battery grip on the bottom, which will help with the size and weight of this. And that basically doubles your battery time because you can slide in 2 of these batteries. Now let's transition to real world usage of this camera. So the ISO maxes out at 25,600, the shutter speed maxes out at 1/4000, and you have all the standard autofocus modes. Now what stood out the most about this camera is the FPS, or how many pictures a second you can take. In mechanical shutter mode, this takes 12 pictures a second, and in electronic it takes 15. That's more than some cameras that are above this price range. The camera I'm recording on right now does less than that. This is low speed mechanical shutter, high speed continuous, and high speed plus. And here's what electronic shutter sounds like. Now the sensor in here does deliver great image quality. It has 24 megapixels, but honestly, don't get too caught up in megapixels because if you look, the Canon R1, the flagship camera Canon makes, only has 24 megapixels. It also shares the same sensor as the Canon R10 and the Canon R50V. Here's some photos I took with this camera so you can see just how sharp they are. The autofocus on this camera is also extremely fast. I mean, it's got subject tracking modes for animals, people, planes, cars. Now, being a crop sensor camera, its low light performance is beyond terrible. That's one of the reasons I strongly suggest staying away from this kit lens. If you are brand new to cameras, don't worry. This camera has what you call scene mode, which you can just choose a scene and it automatically sets up the settings for. This camera does not have any in-body stabilization, but if you get a lens with stabilization, you should be fine. Now, I gotta be honest, the video specs on this camera blew my mind. It has 4K downsampled from 6K. Unfortunately, there's a crop in the 4K mode and the rolling shutter is a little bit worse, but it is 100% usable. And in 1080p, it has 120 FPS recording. Now this camera doesn't have a log profile, but it does have an HDR PQ. That's a word salad, but it basically allows you to get a flatter color profile, making it a little bit easier to color grade your footage. And did I mention that's in 10-bit color? And the closest competitors to this camera are about $400 more expensive. But if you're just starting out in photography or you want a cheap body that will do the job, go ahead and pick up a Canon R50. If you have any more questions about this camera, make sure you leave it in the comments below. As always, subscribe, like, follow up all the social media, and stay tuned for my next video.